Hello and welcome to a Not So Awesome review. And today we're looking at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ninja Elite Series Leonardo action figure by Playmate Toys. And if you guys remember, a few years ago they released I believe it was the Vintage collection or something, based on the 90s animated cartoon series. And then they did a couple of the movie ones. They were all exclusive to different stores. I believe one was Toys R Us and the other one was Walmart. Um, so if you remember those figures, think of it as these. I believe these might even be the same bodies as the 90s cartoon versions of those figures, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't own them. But higher articulation, better than your average Playmate figure, and honestly, I'm having more fun with these figures than I am with the NECA figures. I don't feel like I'm gonna ruin the paint job by moving it around too much or break anything. The joints could be better. I'm not gonna lie. They're not too stiff or anything. Some of them are too weak, like the legs. Though, I am filming this part of the review afterwards. So I did go back and fix his leg joints by adding some glue to the ball pegs. There, you can just pop them off, add some hot glue to it, pop them back on, take off the excess, and that extra hot glue in there does kind of give it a little bit more strength. There is a few more loose joints throughout the body, but it's not too bad. The paint job I think looks good. It really gives it 2004 TMNT Fox cartoon show vibes. This is meant to look more like the not the cartoon show, the original comic book, in the sense of he does have the red bandana. He doesn't have the back for the katanas to go into, which kind of sucks. I wish he did have storage for his weapons. I wish he came with a little bit more, because those other turtle figures, especially the movie ones, came with a lot more. But it is what it is, and honestly, it is a very fun figure. It looks amazing. It poses really good. It doesn't come with much. Like I said, it only comes with his two katanas, which aren't painted really at all, unfortunately. It does come with a sewer stand with his name on it and the word CMNT on there. But aside from that, no really anything extra. A few QC issues that you might run into are mostly in the mask not being glued on to the face right. Mine is lifting a little bit up on the nose, so it's not perfect, but better than the other one I saw at the store. Um, there was a little bit of extra paint on the shell, but I was able to kind of just rub that off, no problem. And aside from that, I really don't have many complaints. It's a really fun figure, really awesome to pose, looks amazing. The color, dark green, I think fits the theme really well. He does stand about 6.25 inches tall, maybe just a little bit more. So it is a decent size. Yeah, it's honestly just a lot of fun. The more I mess with it, the more I like it. I didn't pick up the other ones yet, but I'm definitely planning to after messing with this figure, which is the only reason I didn't. I just wanted to like get one in hand, see if I liked it before investing on the other three, and I can definitely say right now, before the whole articulation and everything starts, yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick up the other ones, because this figure is just that much fun, and just looking at it just makes me think I can customize this. So there's possibilities for customization just because of how clean the body is. Yeah, anyways, that's pretty much my rant here for right now. We're gonna take it back to past me. Sorry about the color change or anything, but hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the review. So moving on to articulation, it's actually not bad at all. There are some places where it could improve, but for what it is, I actually like messing with this more than I like messing with my NECA Turtles in Time figure. At least at the moment, I'm having more fun with this figure than I am with that figure. The places where it can improve, aside from the weak joints like the leg, which we'll see in a second, but the head here, you know, a little bit limited in moving up and down. There's really not much there. It's just a giant ball peg right there. No neck movement or anything. I wish there was at least a hinge, something, but what are you going to do about it? He does have side to side, and he can look left and right. So, you know, he has the bare minimum. Not bad, again. Anyways, arm can go all the way up. Come on, pretty much all the way down. Not completely fat, but good enough. Can rotate around. Does have upper bicep rotation right there. Does have the double jointed elbow, which, you know, the little elbow pad does get in the way, pretty much like in every turtle figure, but it's not a big deal, and I don't feel like it's going to rip like with the NECA figure. Sometimes I'm afraid that this part is going to rip. This one, I think, looks just fine. It does have rotation at the wrist here, which I think is great. And then the fingers are actually articulated. Each finger, I should say, can move up and down individually. This can move up and down. It does have a little hinge here to go side to side. Helps him grasp his katanas, and they do stay on, so I can't complain. I mean, the first time with the other one here, this one, it does not want to stay. This one is actually holding a lot better, so there you go on that. Can't really lean back, can lean forward an okay amount, and can pivot side to side pretty decent amount, and he can rotate side to side really good. I actually really like that. Leg articulation, if it actually wants to stay this time, yeah, that's kind of where I was getting at with this. Weak right there. Let's see if this one can go out that much. Can kick forward about that much. Does come out sideways. Can't really kick back. Does have, well, it's funny. He has rotation up here because this is just a ball peg inside right there. So he can rotate his leg, but he can also have the upper thigh rotation. But it's not really needed because he has all the rotation there. Kind of funny. He does have double jointed knees, which do really good. And he does have forward and back on the foot. And side to side rotation right there. There is, oh, there that goes. There is a little bit of a pivot, but not too much. It works. You know, if you rotate everything right, it does actually work really good. So I can't really complain about the articulation. And yeah, the toes move fine. Anyways, I'm gonna re-angle everything because I am on the floor here. My setup's a little bit weird at the moment, but it should be back to normal soon. I hope. So for the Playmates comparison, you can see here that he is shorter than his movie counterpart, though. He's bulkier. His head is bigger. His chest is bigger. Completely different style, just a tad bit shorter than the movie one, but it's not a bad figure at all. And actually those movie ones by Playmates weren't bad either. I mean, yes, they have their issues, but if you know what you're doing and you can kind of like fill in some of the gaps from like where the mask wasn't glued in good and maybe fix some of that weak articulation, like I'm gonna try and do with this figure, I think they can actually be some of the best turtle figures, just hands down. They're just really fun. No, they don't have the, you know, realistic paint. They're not the greatest, but for what they are and for the price point and hopefully the availability. I know these ones were Walmart exclusive on the left. The middle one, your local shop should be getting it. Big Bad Toy Store, places like that. I don't know about Amazon, but hopefully it won't be too hard to find. And then we have the Playmates version right here, the small, you know, more limited articulation one. And honestly, I really wish they had actually combined this one sculpt with this one. You know, he has all the markings, all the little kind of scratches, I guess you can call it pen marks if you want to, comic book lines on him that I did add a black wash to kind of bring it out so you guys can see it a little bit better. But if they had that on this figure, it would be, it'd be perfect, honestly. It is a clean figure. Like I said, I think it'd be great for customizing and everything, but yeah, not bad at all. I'm actually really liking it. And here he is compared to some of the Turtles in Time NECA figures. You can see here he is much bigger than the NECA Leonardo there. Still a little bit shorter than Shredder, but not by much, and definitely shorter by dude on the right whose name I just cannot, Zorak something, what is he? I can't remember it, I apologize. But yeah, you can see, kinda, you might be able to mesh it if you want to get some, like, shots with it or something, you know, take pictures. He is definitely too big, but I think it's doable, but there you go. Aesthetic-wise, yeah, yes, NECA. Articulation-wise, fun-wise, I'm actually kind of leaning towards Playmates here. And just for a quick comparison to other lines here, we have a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a Power Rangers and Space Red Ranger. You can see here that both figures slightly taller. He's definitely, again, a lot bulkier and stuff, but I mean, he's one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I think this would work perfectly fine if you want to do your in-space crossover like in the show, or I guess Marvel Legend crossover or anything like that. Yeah, works pretty fine to me. So ultimately, not a bad figure. Yes, it has its flaws. The loose joints on the legs being, I think, the major one here, which again, I think might be fixable with something to kind of just put in between the joint to kind of tighten it up. Kind of like what I did with the Master Chief a few videos ago. Paint-wise, could be better, but I really do love the color green. Articulation-wise, it's great. It's fun to pose. The hands grasping the katanas can get a little bit annoying. It's mostly on this figure, just the left hand, but it is definitely infinitely better than the previous Playmate release, at least of the movie ones from Walmart a few years ago. So gotta hand it to them on that. They did improve it. Or I just happen to get one that's a little bit tighter. I don't know. I'll see when I get the other turtles. But yeah, definitely gonna pick up a few more of these. Get the whole set. Might pick up an extra to do a custom or something, because it's just, I look at it, I see how clean it is, and to me it screams customize me, which is probably what I will be doing. But yeah, hopefully these won't be too hard to get. They are by Playmates, so they can make as many as they want without having any contract issues, because they are the like holders of the turtle figures. Every other company kind of has to go back to them to get permission. Playmates can do whatever they want, and hopefully this line will continue. Hopefully we will get a Shredder in this series, Bebop and Rocksteady, which I know they've done, so we have the bodies for them. Maybe we'll get them. Hopefully a Shredder, hopefully a Foot Soldier, April, Casey, and, you know, just branch out. Because at the moment, there is no Tmnt show to kind of, like, tell us what figures to be made. They can kind of just do their own thing. And again, if this line continues, if this Ninja Elite series just keeps going, I would be so very happy. So please, 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 like, just do it. I love it. Go on, Playmates, just make it happen so that we can have some, hopefully, again, easier to find, more affordable, nicely articulated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures. Because yeah, if you missed out on the old ones, definitely worth it in my opinion. Anyways, that'll do it for my review of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Elite Series Leonardo action figure. I do believe that they all share the same body. I was looking at them at the store today, and I may go back and pick up the other three turtles just because I'm actually enjoying this one a good amount. Doubt I'll do a review on them. I will say that Michelangelo does have actual little chains when it comes to his weapon. So there is that, and not much else to say here other than I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all later with hopefully a better setup and easier way to film, because trust me, this was very uncomfortable sitting on the floor with these lights, kind of just, yeah, it's a mess right now, but you know, I do have an idea where I'm going with this. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, thank you for watching this mess of a review, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.